diet. They
We don't.
The word they like to use is selective eating. Pick the right foods and the bad foods. And there's also a rule. The more you exercise, the more you burn calories.
Mm-hmm.
So there has to be some kind of a balance between exercise and eating correctly. Is that true?
Well, that's very true, because I was in a physical fitness business. My husband was still running the dance studio. But I saw an ad in the paper. There weren't very many ads at the time at all. There wasn't as many people in the business.
So after that experience, you said, I could do a better job?
Right. I left there, and since I knew that type of operation, I ended up at Nutrisystem.
Can I just interject something?
Yeah.
I know you're going to ask me.
And he wants to know, you know everything.
Okay.
Listen, the bottom line is, when she started doing this, I was also very successful in the entertainment industry. I my early 20s, and I remember, I think what my mother's leaving out is the passion, because what she had, and what I remember, is being on the phone with clients at 10, 11 o'clock at night. When people
So this
call-
is not, wait a minute, put this straight. This is not a business at that point. It's more like you found what God said you're here for.
No question.
It was
because-
like a hobby. I lost the weight. There weren't that many people in the industry at that time, and I fell into this little company and wanted to see what it was all about.
But
Because
Nutrisystem, was that
so then I fell into Nutrisystem after that company.
But was that
went
food
out.
you had to get the
Right.
food and the liquid
I
diet
went
then?
to work. I saw an ad in the paper for Nutrisystem.
They sell you puppy chow when you ate the puppy chow.
Right.
And you
but
learn nothing about eating
They
whatsoever.
had psychologists there.
Nothing. You learn about dieting.
I learned another element of the so-called industry. That's what they call it.
Okay, so here's the point I'm getting across. You felt they could lose weight maybe with this program, but once they start 2 months, 3 months down the road, the first thing they do, they stop it, they reward themselves, hey, we're one hell of a meal. Is that
Right,
correct?
they dropped out.
So
dropped
it
out.
didn't make sense to you.
No.
No, they dropped out. They dropped out. People from Nutrisystem and places like that.
So the
that would-
success rate of success of a person keeping it off were probably in the 1 to 2% range. In the
I
end.
would think so.
But the financial gain at that time for them was unbelievable, I heard. Is that true?
Yeah, it was. The prices were very high. Person could have eaten for much less money if they had eaten their own food. And people would use the excuses that really is amazing to me. They'd come in, they'd want to buy extra food because they'd say their child got into it, their dog got into it. When I knew they were eating 2 meals instead of one, and it was amazing to me how people would cheat.
So in other words, you saw a flaw in the system.
Absolutely.
And there still is.
Now, you went through all these exposures to different type of systems. You didn't think it was the right way to do it.
No.
You had a little bit of knowledge, but you didn't think what you were doing was the right methodology. Is that
Exactly.
right? So you came up with an idea to start your own business?
No. I saw an ad in the paper that a particular doctor from out of town wanted to open up a weight loss center in Sheepshead Bay. And I lived in Brighton Beach. That meant I could ride my bicycle over. I went for an interview in New York, and this doctor, who was a nutritionist and a psychologist, hired me for the Sheepshead Bay office. And what appealed to me immediately, and I was ready for it this time, was no pills, no injections, no prepackaged foods, no powdered drinks.
Wait a minute.
Sold nothing.
Hold it. Bare bones?
Bare bones, if that's the way you want to
So
put it.
knowledge?
That was what it was.
Wait a minute. I'm confused here. I mean, there's that pill at 3 o'clock in the morning I see that
No more.
person took, lost 25 pounds?
No more.
Oh,
No more. By that time already, I was...
I mean, I shouldn't watch that ad and see how they lose all... Oh, so now,
There's no magic.
no magic.
There's no magic. And I was very impressed with the woman that was running this company and their plans to open up other offices. And I went to work in the Sheepshead Bay office, and within a month I was the manager of the largest of the 8 offices which she eventually had.
So let's get this straight. They educated the person to eat correctly.
Absolutely.
Okay, they taught some ways to break some long-term habits.
Yes, because we saw clients 3-4 times a week.
You create a little
Right.
safety
Right.
network. And you also told them sometimes you can fail one moment. Don't give up because of that one failure. And, you know, if you just keep at it and keep grinding at it, we'll be there. and slowly you change some of the habits, and eventually you were successful with some of the clientele. You're not going to be 100%.
You see that sign there? My power is in this moment. I am willing to begin to change my habits. Habits are only habits, and any habit can be
Yeah,
changed.
that's what we
And we
say.
preach this here all the time.
Can you stop my wife's spending?
Yes.
Miracle worker! No, we're joking.
What happened was, it was a brand new office, and twice a week we had to go into Manhattan, and all the years, almost 8 years I was with her, twice a week, never less than once a week, for training.
On how to
Okay, so you
motivate,
developed some
How to motivate,
techniques.
how to keep
encourage
people
people.
in the program. We had children, and every medical condition we treated, because we sold nothing. She didn't even sell a vitamin. And I really feel that was the
Well, you're not
foundation of what I
against
did.
someone having a vitamin, but it's really
No,
not
no,
required.
no. We would always say, always check with
With
your
your
doctor
doctor,
first, and the allergy.
And you